also ask you this because people are bringing up the 200K plus. Have you dated or do you date men who make that? Is that your experience now?
Okay, so it has been my experience. No woman should have a cap into how she should be taken care of, right? So saying 200,000 actually is like cheap. I feel like I cheapened myself. I diminished myself. Like I don't want to put myself in no type of small category, right? Because the world makes it seem like, oh, because of taxes, because what does a woman bring to the table? Like, no, we're women. We are it's. We are the being. There's no reason
Right,
to
right.
even limit what we would want.
I'm 31. I'm from Chicago.
What do you do for a living?
I am a stay-at-home mom.
How many children do you have?
I have one. He's 5.
Describe your dream man. Don't describe his looks.
Christian, family-oriented, provider, hardworking.
What does he have to look like?
I'm not big on looks. I would like someone that is conscious of their health.
How much money does he have to make per year?
At least 100,000.
Into 50-50 or someone who fully provides?
Fully provides.
What does that mean to you?
That I would have an allowance.
How much would that look like for you
I would say like 7,000, 5,000.
per month?
What are they smoking? Are they smoking fentanyl? Just straight fentanyl, and it's not necessarily laced with anything. I'm look. First of all, they don't even know how to do basic math. If a guy is making $100,000 a year, right, a single man, and he's giving her the equivalent of $7,000 a month, an allowance. First of all, to do what? So you telling me that you looking for a dude to retire you? That's number one. And there's so many things wrong with this, but we just gonna point out all of the red flags so that we can get straight to it, right? $7,000 a month, which is the equivalent of $84,000 a year. If you make $100,000 a year gross, you're not even taking home $84,000 a year. That's A. B, they're a single mother. Listen, even if it was 50-50, even if it was 60-40 her and you on the 40 side, this is a bad deal. This could never be any worse of a deal for a man. And then y'all coming in here and y'all actually say, first of all, where are they finding these guys at? What man, and how many men, maybe I just need to look it up. How many men are actually making $100,000 a year gross? And I'm not talking about these, I ain't talking about doing Atlanta scammers. I ain't talking about people that ain't got no day job, people that you don't actually see grinding, hustling, putting in the work every single day. Because listen, man, it's a lot of people that's out here just pump faking. They don't really got it. You know what I'm saying? They not really getting it like that. So I'm respectful. I got so much respect and so much love for people that get to it, grind, hustle, and you ain't doing nothing illegal. You ain't never got arrested. You ain't took no money out of nobody's pocket. You ain't finessing nobody, but you just honestly offering a service that's providing value into a company, value into a business, value into people's lives. I got so much respect for you. And y'all know, listen, most of us come from the same place. And we come from, environments where, our parents had to figure it out and struggle or whatever. And so let's just say you grind, you hustle, you go to college, you make the sacrifices, you work jobs, you get the grants, you really put everything that you could possibly put into your life. And you disciplined and you didn't get nobody pregnant and you wasn't necessarily partying. And if you going into certain fields, you ain't got time for that. Like, you really don't have time to be hanging out with everybody that's in the African American studies, or they taking liberal arts or they dancing and stuff, but you actually really focus on your craft and you leveled up and you did the right thing, and then you start off at, you know, 70, 80, $90,000 a year. We ain't even talking about people that's just getting it out of the mud, but we talking about like, hey, look, you finally graduated, you got through it, and you got you a little, you know, you getting started, you getting it popping, and you know that, you know, you're not even gonna be nowhere close to where you're gonna be in the future, but you figuring it out. And let's say you get to $80,000 a year, and then this woman that literally has no value, and this other woman with this round face right here and this crazy wig is sitting there telling you that you're not good enough for them. Her or the other one. Her. Shit is wild, bro. This is the wildest times that we've ever lived in. I mean, it's so crazy. It's so delusional. I just can't imagine what our ancestors are doing if they could see us now. If they could see the things that they fought and died for, freedom riders and getting hosed down and dogs and lynchings and all of this stuff, and they kept their families together and they held their households down and they made the strides and they died for us to be able to vote and do the things that we want to do and educated and go to the schools that you want to go to. And this is the shit that you got to subject yourself to. A woman saying that she's looking for a guy. These women are saying, the first one said that 200,000, you can't put no limit on it. They don't want to bring nothing to the table. She just want to stay home and take care of another nigga's kids, and you supposed to be killing yourself. Let me tell you something, bro. I don't know where y'all from, but I know a lot of people that's getting it, and they grind. I mean, most of the guys that I know that make over $250,000 a year, they either work in the equivalent of two jobs, or you know, they got a side hustle, or they doing two jobs at the same time, and they figuring it out, and they just really trying to understand how it is that they can level up, and they want to, you know, fund their dreams and get to the spaces that they supposed to be in. And this is the shit that's waiting for them at the end of the finish line. These women don't even want to date off potential. They ain't even want to shoot in the gym with you. I mean, it's hard. It's really, really hard to get to that first million or to get to that first $250,000 salary, and you contributed into your 401k and you disciplined and you lowered your lifestyle only for this woman to be able to take your shit. And just imagine if you married her, right? And you don't get a prenuptial agreement and you adopt her son and her son say, "You ain't my daddy." Do you know that you're going to have to pay child support for that kid? That's not even yours. That didn't even come from your loins. Yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. We living in the end of times, man. Like, we living in times where bad is good and good is bad, and then they will shame you. They've been shaming me. They shaming me for giving you the information and making sure that you stay encouraged and focused. But it's okay though, because you wouldn't believe the amount of guys that I run into on a regular basis, and they're like, "You know what, Anton? Keep doing God's work. Keep doing what you do, because we gonna separate the real from the fake, and I'm not gonna let y'all crash out. I'm not going to let y'all crash out." And it's unfortunate because a lot of guys will crash out because most men want to be married, but they get so desperate for the first thing that get in touch with them because they've been so focused and so down, and it ain't even their fault. They doing it out of ignorance. That's where we come in, because we got to hold each other down and we got to make sure that we stay educated about what's going on in these streets. And listen, I'm not saying, look, if you could figure out how to finesse a dude to be your step baby daddy, I can't even hate on you. I mean, look at Jalen Green and Drea. But if it got anything to do with me, and I can make sure that I warn my guys, you better believe that I am. I'm not letting it happen. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat.